Hi friends, it's Becky, and it is time to open up our September 2024 Curated Bead box. This is a box full of usually some glass beads, some findings, some pendants, and it's usually curated to a theme. We've got a list of all of the items that are in the box right here on the front of it, and it does say bead sizes and types may vary. So let's open it up and see what's in it. Usually when I unbox this subscription box, I like to sort it into my 18 grit organizers. Some of my other subscription boxes I'll use a 15 grit organizer, but because this box usually has longer strands of beads, sometimes larger beads, these wells are a bit deeper, and I can usually take down this section here and put the findings starter kit that they include in here and a few other things, like if there are larger pendants, they'll also fit into that big section. Let's just get this open and take a look at it. You can see a little bit of what's in here right here on the front. So I am excited because it is fall colors and I am here for it. We've got some oranges and some greens, changing leaf foliage colors. We've got some earthy browns. This is going to be a great box for making some fall jewelry with. And then we've got some leaf pendants. We've got mixed metals, it looks like. We've got silver and gold. Oh, I love these. I love this. Take a look at that. That is really pretty. All right, so let's get these guys out. Let's start taking a look at them and get them in here. And like I said, this is a monthly subscription box. It is one of the more economical versions, and you usually get a variety of different types of round glass beads with different finishes and different colors. And sometimes we get some gemstone beads like these. I think these are gemstones too. We've been seeing more of those. You'll usually get some spacers, bead caps, some fun crystal mixes, pendants, and a finding starter kit. This bead box makes a fantastic beginner beading box because this finding starter kit comes with everything that you need to be able to make jewelry except for the tools. You've got some lobster clasps, jump rings, ear wires, head pins, stretch cord, crimps, beading wire, and memory wire. So you can make a whole bunch of things just with the contents of this box. It's fantastic, especially like I said, for beginning beaders, but also makes a great stash builder. So you can add beads to your bead stash for experienced beaders. So since I already know that there are some larger pieces that are going to go in here, I'm going to go ahead and open this up and get these laid down so that I can put my findings starter kit in here. And then we'll fit some of our other things in here after we get our beads on the other side. All right, so let's go down the list with these beads. The first one is some apple green marble style. I think that's this one right here. And I'm just going to hold my ladybug dish behind it because that'll give you a much better idea of the colors of these beads. This is an 8-inch string and these are 10mm beads. Let me get some wire cutters to open this up so that I can get it in a section here. Yeah, there we go. They all fit very nicely in there. These are deeper wells, so even the longer strands, these will all fit in there. All right, so then we've got some 10mm olive crackle glass. And that's these ones here. I love the crackle glass because it's just got that internal sparkle from the different crackles. And this olive green is giving peridot. That is what it is doing. And these are glass beads, not gemstone. I think we'll get to our gemstones in a minute. And then we've got the 10mm malachite gemstone beads, and this is the malachite. It is a 7 to 8 inch strand of malachite. There it is right there. It's got a nice deep green to it. I'll have a nice dark foresty green. All right, next we've got a green-red duo gem style, and there's a 10-inch strand of that. That's this one, I think. Wait. Green-red duo. Is that one this one or this one? I think this might be it. So it's kind of opaque, semi-translucent, and it has the green and the red in it. It's very leaves turning vibes when you've got some that are still green and some that have changed to red. And that's an 8mm bead. And then there's brown green crackle glass. That's this one right here. Also 8mm. And it is a frosted duo. So it's got some brown and some green. And again, it's got the crackle and it's got that frosted finish. I love the way frosted glass feels. It feels so cool. And then aqua orange crackle frosted duo. It's this one right here. And again, this is definitely, the leaves are in the midst of turning vibes. I think these plus the green red ones would probably look amazing together in the same project. I am getting so many green beads in here. Love that for us. All right, then we've got green aventurine. I love green aventurine. This is it right here. And this one is a 7 to 8 inch strand. There we go. And again, 8mm. Then we've got one more 8mm strand, and it's more gemstones, guys. We are seeing more gemstones in these boxes lately. That is not a problem. This one, these are jasper. I'm not sure which jasper it is. It just says jasper, but it's this really deep browns, and then we have a few lighter colors in here as well. These are also 8mm jasper rounds. And it is another 7 to 8 inch strand. So far that's most of the strands. We have one more here, and this is a 6mm bronze drizzled glass bead. And drizzled means it's got this texture on it. I'm just going to put a couple of them here so you can get a better look at that color. Almost done. These guys are going everywhere. One more. All right, now let's take a look at our bagged selections. We have 1 ounce of the Harvest Designer glass beads. I think this one's this one. Yeah, that's this one. So this is a mix. Let's see what some of these beads are. Oof. It's like we have several of these oval beads. One that is a different color and size. This one feels, is that glass? Yeah, I think that one's glass. So we have 5 of these other long ones in my mix. Your mix may be completely different. I have 2 of these 2-color faceted glass beads. These all feel like glass beads. 1 oval glass bead that is faceted. It's got one side that's clear and another side with this bronze color. Oh, there's 2 of them actually of that type. One of these, it has these table cut sections in its frosted outside. There's this cube that's a top drilled cube bead. It looks like that hole goes along the top right there so it can hang and dangle. And is there 2 of them? Nope, there's 1 of them. We've got several of these like pointy guys. We've got 1 rondelle. Got a couple of smaller beads, couple of faceted lentils, and 1 large round boy. All right, that is a technical term. 1 large round boy. I'm kidding, it's not a technical term. Don't tell anyone. All right, so I'm going to stick those guys right in there. And I've got 2 extra sections. So one of these is probably going to go in here with the pendants and with the finding starter kit. It's probably going to be these big ones. Or it could be either of them. I don't know. But there's 2 different kinds of metal beads and or spacers here. We have some 8mm filigree metal beads. That's these guys right here. Let's get a little closer so you can take a look at the filigreeing. Also, that's a word. There we go. These are very lightweight. Using these in a design would be a fantastic way to add some sparkle without adding extra weight, because these are all glass beads, so they will weigh something when you're wearing them. So having the lightweight metals would make it a less heavy necklace for you. And then we've got some gold round iron beads. These are a little bit heavier, y'all. Oh, but look at the size of this hole. These would fit fantastically on some leather. Oh, they've got lots of leather and they are nice and big. These are about 10mm in size. So I'm going to leave them in their baggie and stick them over here and here, because it's going to make it a little bit easier when we're designing things to be able to pull it out of there instead of having to dig it out from underneath things. All right, and then we've got some more beads in a bag, and these ones are 14 by 10mm silver luster faceted bicone beads, and it looks like I've got 1 broken one, so I'm just gonna move them out of the way. Breaks happen. These are glass beads. They can and will break sometimes. It probably happened during shipping. All right, and here we go. So I still have plenty of these that I can make some things with. They're gonna end up going in there. Let's get all of them in there. All right, we are almost full. Next, let's look at these pendants. This one is 26 by 20 leaf luster electroplated. It is a metal pendant. It's one side, and this is the other. I love it. It is gorgeous and beautiful and like rainbowy colored. All right, I'm gonna leave it in here so it doesn't like tarnish before I use it, and stick it over here with the rest of the extras. And then these guys, I love that the filigree on this looks like the veins in a leaf. It is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. So one of them has this pattern on the front side, and then that part of it is clear on the other side, but you can still see all the way through it from either side. And we have 2 of these. They're very lightweight because they are filigree, so these would make amazing, amazing earrings, I think. Actually, y'all want to make some earrings real quick with these? Let me pick a couple of beads out of here. I'm gonna go for these 2, and maybe, should we do, yeah, there we go. All right, let's grab some of the findings from here. Just gonna grab the ear wires. Then I'm going to also get some, I mean, they're fantastic. So ear wires, and I'm going to need some craft wire. Here we go. Gold craft wire to go with this. Because this is silver, but we're gonna mix metal on this. We're gonna have gold for these bits, and then silver for the other bits. All right. And this gives me another excuse to use my brand new double flush cutters that I got. And I am just going to cut 2 pieces of wire. Like that. And then I'm going to use some round nose pliers to make a simple loop on either end. I'm going about 1/3 of the way from the point, and I'm just going to bend my wire around my round nose pliers until it touches on the other side. Once it's touching, I'm going to rotate my pliers down until it touches that right underneath that join and give it a little bend, and that just centers my loop. Then I can put my beads on. This is going to go this way, so I'm going to want a loop that sits perpendicular to that. So I'm going to bend that along the top and just measure from the bead to where my fingernail joins my nail on here. That's about 1 centimeter, and that will get me a good loop on the other side with my round nose pliers. So I'm just going to roll this back up like that. And now let's do the same thing on the other side. Whoa. Because we got time. We can make these earrings. I'm feeling it right now. Let's make these earrings. I don't know if you guys ever get that way where you're like, I immediately have plans and I got nothing better to do tonight. I'm making this in exactly the same way. And the reason I make the bend after on the way, the first part, it's easier for me that way. And then making the bend before I roll it up, after I've got the beads in place, that just enables me to make sure that the bend will be in the right place to keep it on there and that it's going in the right direction. Okay, so now that I've got both of those, let's go ahead and use, here, let's use this to open and close because I don't know where my other pliers are. And this is a Zeron crimper, but the end of it can actually be used instead of a chain nose plier or other parts of pliers. It's very useful. It's a useful tool. It can do multiple things. All right, and then I'm just going to twist that and put this on there. Yeah, I love it. All right, one more. There we go. I know, Ellen. This swings open, so you can just... I could also swing the top of this open and do it there, but I sort of don't feel like it. It's going to be the front. All right. Figuring out how you want things to face. That's like the hard part about connecting things together. All right, so there we go. We have our Woodland Wonders curated bead box, and I will put a link in the description to where you can sign up if you would like to. They also have a store where you can buy a lot of these items. You don't have to be a subscriber in order to purchase from their store either. So we'll put a link in there for you, and I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Till next time, if you like what you see, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and happy beading!